This was one of the common mistake in the homework quiz. This is a meter out circuit. However, you really don't have to worry about whether some circuit call meter in or meter out when it comes to solving the problem. Most of the time, if you just look at the information given, you should be able to answer the question. It has nothing to most likely has not much to do with the what the name of this circuit, as long as you have the figure and what's going on with this. So in this case, the pressure relief valve set at 1500 psi. It didn't talk about any efficiency, so we'll see the same pressure will be available right here. We'll ignore the losses, so 1500 psi will also be available at the blank end side of the cylinder. So it is asking what is the pressure right here at the rod end side so that it can hold these 5,000 pounds. But if it doesn't say anything, we can simply assume this reservoir is not pressurized. So we can say this P3 is 0. So you really don't have to worry about that piece. So only thing we need to worry about is the force that needs to be developed on this side of the rod end side of the cylinder to support these 5,000 pounds. So the force at the rod end side, and also there are force coming from the blank end side because of this 1500 psi force pressure. So the blank end side also has force as well. So if you simply set the equation as the total force, that 5,000 pounds, so the force coming from the bottom minus the force coming from the top, so this should be equal to 5,000 pounds. So this will balance the circuit, so you should be able to hold that position. Now force coming from the bottom, simply pi by 4 d square. The rod diameter is given 1 inch and the blank piston diameter is given 2 inch. So this is the rod and the piston. So simply you can write pi by 4 d square, which is the total area of the rod inside would be simply the piston area, which is pi by 4 d square, 2 inches square minus 1 inch square, as the total area times the pressure P2 minus the force coming from the top, from the blanket, which is the area times the pressure, pi by 4, 2 inches square times the pressure 1500 psi, pound per inch square. Now this is equal to 5,000. So you can solve for P2. I found that 4122 psi for P2. So this pressure is about 4,000 psi. As simple as that. So again, when you solve problem, you can just see the load, force, the other information like cylinder diameter, piston diameter, and you can solve it without even knowing what circuit is this.